Hello and welcome to really nice, gentle, relaxing, stretchy yoga. This is fantastic if you've got any back or neck pain from the week from carrying heavy bags or hunching over computers, things like that. And we'll ease off a little bit in the hips and some other areas too. So we'll just start with some breaths here. So get yourself nice and comfortable. We'll take a big inhale through the nose. Let everything rise and exhale, letting everything just soften on down, release any of that tension from the day. Big inhale. And exhale, and really intentionally soften everything down like you're just coming down with a nice wave. Big inhale, let your arms come with you this time. We'll exhale and fall on over to your right side here. You can open up with your left arm if that feels nice, or you can gently come over here a little bit forward into a bit more of a twist if that feels good. And continue to expand with every inhale and soften down with every exhale. And with your next inhale, we'll just rise again. And this time we'll gently fall on over with our exhale to the other side. Opening up if you wish here. Or you can fold over, just go where it feels nice for you. If you feel any areas of tension there, just spend a few breaths releasing any lingering tension or pain. Opening with every inhale and softening down with every exhale. And with this inhale, we'll rise one more time. And then as we exhale, we'll just bring those hands down and we'll meet in all fours here. And take your time just to wiggle those hips. And again, finding any areas of tension, anywhere that feels like it could do with some TLC, just hang there for a minute. You can do some standard cat-cows if you like them here. Or you can just wriggle around in your own body, finding those areas of tension. And in your own time, find your way into a child's pose. We can be open or closed knees. Just find where works for you. And take some big deep breaths here. You can rest your head. You can push your palms into the ground if that feels nice. Or your forearms. And you can wiggle your hips if that feels good. From here, we'll just lift a little with an inhale, and with your exhale, threading one arm through into a child's pose. Thread the needle here. And the arm that's supporting, you can take it up as if you have a mat. If you do, excellent. If not, take it up to one corner and then travel your arms along to the other corner of your mat, or your imaginary mat if you're with me on the carpet here. And just find where's a nice release in your upper back. Taking a few breaths here. And with your next exhale, we'll just release everything down. And we'll swap on over to the other side in time. So take an inhale. And as you exhale, we'll just slide on through with that other arm, aiming to get the shoulders low to the ground as you can. Let your hips be where it feels nice for you. And again, the supporting hand can take a wee wander from one corner of the mat or your imaginary mat into the other side if that feels even nicer. Just settle into a nice still place here. And with your next inhale, we'll just rise back up in to all fours here, giving your hips a wee bump from side to side. And then we'll move on over to our left side, bringing our right foot through, and then we can hover back over and frame that foot. And with your next inhale, just take a nice big twist and open towards your right side. Exhale through center here, and if it feels nice, take a big inhale to open up to the left, making sure that that supporting hand is far enough away that you really get some good support from it. If it's too close to that foot, you're probably going to feel really unstable here. So just find that nice place for you. Come on back on through to frame that foot, and we'll shift the hips from side to side and all the way back into runner's lunge. Now, I can go quite deep into runner's lunge, but this might be enough for you here. If you feel that stretch, just stay here and move it around. Don't try and force your way through any closed doors. Keep nice and dynamic in your movements, nice and soft in your joints. And if you need a little bit more of a stretch, then come down a little bit further here. And this doesn't mean anything that I can come all the way down here. It's not who can do this best. I was born this way. So there's no better or worse. Your anatomy is your anatomy. However, we can ease off and get a little bit more comfortable in our own bodies the more we practice. And we'll just gently find our way back up again, keeping that knee nice and soft. Walking on out to the left side allows that right foot to come round, and we'll glide all the way over to our right side, leaning onto that right side, allowing that left foot to come up and framing that left foot there with our hands, just shifting the hips a little bit here. Taking a nice big inhale, see us opening up towards that left side, and allow that right hand to find a good stable place to support you here. And with your next exhale, we'll come on over and we'll open up towards the other side. With your exhale, coming on down to frame that foot again. And in your own time, we'll just take a wee wiggle of the hips and draw them back to wherever feels like a nice stretch for you. It could be high, it could be low, it might be a little bit of both. Take a little bit of easing with your breath. Remember your laws of motion. If we want to go forward, we need to go back. So make sure we're continually moving and not trying to force poses or force tension into the joints at all. And when you're ready, we'll just come on out of this again, coming up to frame that foot. Leaning over to that right side allows that left leg to free up and come back into all fours here. Just having a little wiggle around. You can move around your space. You don't need to stay in one little box here. This time we're just going to open up to our right side on all fours and exhale to thread that hand on through here into a bit of a thread the needle, and just let the hips be where is nice for them. If this is a really nice stretch for you, just stay here. Otherwise, if you want something a little bit deeper, you can take that left foot back, resting on the ball of the foot there. Again, stay here if that's working nice for you. If you want a deeper stretch, take that supporting hand away, and then just pushing that left shoulder back. You can take this into a dancer pose as well if you like, or a thread the needle / dancer pose, I guess, if you really want to push it. And then settling that knee down, bringing that supporting hand back again. We'll just counter twist and open up with an inhale. And exhale to come back and give the hips a wee wiggle before we move on to the other side here. Big inhale opens us up to the left. Exhale to drive that hand on through. Letting the hips find a nice place. And we'll just find where works for us and where you're holding your attention today. So if this is nice, just remain here. You might want to take that right foot back onto the ball of the foot there. Or take your right hand, tucking it behind your waist and pushing back with that right shoulder. And again, if you really want to push on forward, feel free to lift that foot and hook on. Or if you'd rather just stay in a nice gentle position, stay where you are. With your next exhale, just releasing that hand to the ground, releasing that supporting knee, coming up with an inhale for a counter twist here. Exhale to come back onto all fours. Tucking your toes here, we'll inhale those hips high. And pushing back into your down dog, keeping your knees soft here. Keeping your elbows soft. You can go for a wee paddle if you wish. And then in time, with nice soft knees, unweighting from one side to the other, we're just going to find our way up to the top of the mat. And again, your movements aren't going to be exactly like mine. So just get there however's easiest for you. We'll just fold over here a little. Take a big inhale to roll up, sinking the hips, bending the knees. Big inhale sees you high. And exhale, gently coming back down again, folding over those knees, hooking your hands behind your back here if that feels nice. Big inhale and exhale just to sink on over a little bit further. You can move this around, keeping your shoulder blades away from your neck here and just letting everything soften on down. You can release your hands here, supporting yourself with your left hand. A little bend in that left leg, opening up to the right side. If that doesn't feel nice, just go back to your forward fold. And exhale, we'll trade sides, supporting yourself with your right hand. A nice big bend in that right knee, opening up towards that left side here. Exhale back to centre, separating those feet a little bit here. Big bend in the knees, putting some more weight into your hands. I'll see you come down into a little bit of a squat. If that's not nice for you, just find yourself onto your bum in the best way for you. We'll come down onto our backs here, supporting ourselves down, holding our knees. Big inhale, take a nice big cuddle here. Hold on to our right knee here, let that left leg drop out nice and straight here. And we'll interlace the fingertips just over that right knee, taking a big inhale. And with your exhale, we'll pull it a little bit closer into the shoulder here. Big inhale. Exhale, just to deepen that stretch if that feels nice. We'll take one more breath here. And exhale, just twist on over here. With your next inhale, bringing that knee back to your chest here. Bring your left knee up to join the party. We'll give a wee roll, a wee massage of the back into your floor there, your mat. And then we'll let that right leg go down nice and straight there. Interlacing your fingertips over your left knee. Take a big inhale. Exhale just to pull that knee in towards your left shoulder there with every exhale. Every inhale opening you up. Every exhale allowing you to go a little bit deeper. And from here we'll just take both knees in for a wee hug. Popping them both down. We're going to roll onto our tummies here. Just in whichever way suits you best. So from here, just pop your hands out as if you're making a T shape onto the ground here. And with your inhale, we'll just bend that right knee. And exhale, and try to drive the sole of that foot over onto the ground behind you. Now you might look a little bit more like this. That's absolutely fine. Just takes a little bit of time here to get used to this movement and to loosen everything off. Rolling back over again onto your tummy. We'll go on to the other side. So take an inhale to bend that knee. Exhale and see if you can get that foot close to the ground if you can. And in time, we'll get you a little bit closer and a little bit closer. And we'll just roll back onto our tummies again. Inhale, bend that right knee. Exhale to drive the sole of the foot back there. Just find where feels good for you. Coming back round onto your tummy here. Big inhale to bend that left knee. Exhale and allow it to find the floor. Back onto your tummy here. We'll just do another nice wee roly-poly on around. Finding yourself on your back again. Have your feet nice and close to your buttocks here. Take an inhale, and with your exhale we'll scoop our hips and then just drive them up so they're in line with our knees and our shoulders here. Take an inhale. Exhale and push your shoulders and your upper back into the ground. If you wish, you can interlace your fingers here and push away towards your heels. If that's not comfortable for you, stay where you are. And take a few breaths here. Try not to overly squeeze your glutes. And with your exhale, soften down nice and slowly onto the mat there, onto your carpet, wherever you are. And just allow the hips and the knees to spin from side to side a little bit here. If you want, you can grab yourself a nice wee cushion or a pillow, anything at all, just rolling up onto your side here, popping that underneath you, and we'll just relax a little bit. I prefer a bigger cushion than that usually, but we'll do what we can with what we've got. So just relaxing on down, let everything open up here. You can sprawl your legs or you can cross them. Find where works nicely for you today, and we'll just take a few breaths here. Start to let your attention drift inwards now. Noticing the rhythm of your breath. Feeling your chest rise with every inhale. And feeling all of your joints and your muscles sink into the ground with every exhale. Try to keep your focus on your breath and your body. But don't give yourself any grief when your mind wanders. That just means you're human. It's the way we live. But we can always remind ourselves just to come back to that breath. Start to scan the body a little bit here. See how that right hand's feeling from the fingertips in the palm of your hand, up through your wrist, your forearm, to your elbow, and your upper arm to your shoulder, and your chest here on the right side, and your abdomen, your right hip, to your thigh, and your right knee, and your shin to your ankle, and your right foot and your toes there. We'll come on back to our hips, onto our left side here, feeling our abdomen, and going down that left side, your left thigh, your left knee, your left shin, your ankle, your toes. And thinking about both legs here, your heels, your calves, back of your thighs and your buttocks, your lower back. Thinking about that left side, your abdomen, your chest, into the fingertips of your left hand and your palm, your left wrist here, your forearm, your elbow, your upper arm into your left shoulder, your neck, thinking about your chin and your facial features, your jaw, your cheeks, your eyes, your forehead, top of your head here, and back down into the back of your neck there, and your upper back and your chest, and back to your abdomen and your tummy. Nice big breaths here. Your own time, you can stay here if you wish, or you can come over to one side, picking your knees up towards you and rolling over. You can spend a few moments here and then find your way back into a seated position. If you're coming up with us, if you want to remain lying down, do what feels best for you right now. I'll just take a few breaths here if you can. Keep your eyes closed. If that doesn't feel comfortable, just take a nice low gaze. We'll take a nice big inhale through the nose here. Exhale just to soften those shoulders down, let your arms be nice and heavy. With your last inhale here, big inhale, seize your arms nice and high. Exhale to bring those hands on down and take another wee breath, just holding onto your tummy. Open your eyes. I hope that felt really nice for you. It got into some of those trickier areas that hold that tension from the day, and that you're feeling a little bit better, and maybe you're just off for a really nice sleep now. So whatever you're doing, I hope that you remain relaxed and easy, and I'll see you next time.